My name is Emily Rose Simons. I am the book writer, composer, and lyricist of Becoming Nigella, which is directed by Grace Taylor. She definitely deserves the move. She can't be here right now because she's very important and we love her. But she has, if you can feel her love, it's literally in this room. Swimming in her love. And it is MD'd by David Merriman. And performed by Natasha Karp as Anna. And Tanya Truman as Nigella Lawson. The idea of this show began in a cinema kitchen where Tanya and I met. On the rare occasion when Tanya was not singing, she would be doing impressions of Nigella Lawson. And I believe all those years ago she did turn to me and say, "Oh my God, you should write a Nigella Lawson musical and I should play Nigella Lawson." So we worked on quite a few other projects. And it wasn't until Tanya received a bursary from Stage 1 to really get the wheels rolling on this. It was this conversation like, "No, I really meant it." Like, "Oh, okay." And since then, we have received support from MMD. We got to go to Beam last month, and also the other palace, which is this building here, and from JW3, where we've been rehearsing, and Arts Council England. And today, more or less marks the end of this first phase of development, which means we basically now know what the show is. It's a musical. It is a two-person, one-act musical lasting somewhere between an hour and a half, in which Anna inherits Nigella Lawson's seminal cookbook, How to Eat, which is accompanied by the spirit of Nigella Lawson. Now don't worry, because today we're only doing 35 minutes. And also, we're doing a 35-minute version of the show, so do hold on tight. It might be a little bit jumpy, but you'll be fine. You've all had coffee. And also, I've been told to let you know that there will be some swearing, mostly scripted. And to enhance your enjoyment of the next 35 minutes, we request that you imagine two things. Firstly, imagine that you are looking at a sterile, clean, never-used kitchen, which is the set for the entire show. And secondly, imagine that almost all the food and ingredients referenced in the show is conjured up by the magic of Nigella Lawson. In this first scene, Anna receives an unexpected delivery of How to Eat, which is accompanied by its illustrious author.
Oh, London, you are my doorstep to the world. You are a toilet, my saving grace, and a throne. Oh, London, you are my doorstep to the gutter. You're both a dream and a faded glory that's stolen everything it's ever owned or ever known. You are the new that shoves out the old and spits on the warmth and embraces the cold. And I am you, you are me, I am home, where I can lose myself, really lose myself and reinvent the me that's already lost. No matter the sacrifice, no matter the cost, London, help my new self continue to grow. 'Cause whoever I was, I lost myself long ago. For fuck's sake, London, you're a self-important wonderland. You're a dystopian sci-fi theme park ride. Oh, London, delivery, I didn't... Whatever.
lost by St. Anne's Hospice when undergoing a renovation. It belonged to Chantal Nigella, who we believe was your mother. We enclose a copy of her death certificate and a record of her cremation, which took place in Tatcham Crematorium on the 6th of April 2020. As your
Mum, if you can listen to me speaking, if you're a ghost and you're haunting me, if you remember who I am. Mum, if you give a shit about your daughter, if you're watching me from down there, there's something you should know. Nigella Lawson is in my apartment. I mean, her book is in my apartment. I mean, the hospice where you died found the book you left behind. That's how I found out. You're dead. And that's how I found out. I used to watch Nigella Lawson on TV with my father whilst you were deciding whether or not to come home. I played Nigella Lawson as we cooked our evening meal to distract me from wanting you to come home. I wanted you to come home. I wish you never did.
As your mother did not register any next of kin when entering the hospice staff and the council at the time were under no obligation to inform anyone of her passing. Apart from this item, there was no indication that she had a daughter.
Mum, did you lose my number? Did you know my address? Did I mean nothing to you at all? Did you know you were dying? Who went to the funeral? How long were you sick and thought I didn't need to know? Is Nigella Lawson my only family? This book my only family? Pictures of food, a bunch of recipes and memories. So many memories. I watched Nigella Lawson on TV until bedtime, whilst you couldn't find the capacity to love. I learned to read with Nigella Lawson as Dad tried new recipes to distract me from the reasons you weren't home. I wanted you to come home. I wish you never did. Then you came home to remind everyone that I belong to you. Why come home to make sure I became as broken and hateful as you? I broke my only home and my true family. My dad and Nigella Lawson were my mothers more than you ever bothered to be.
Cooking is not just about joining the dots, following one recipe slavishly and then moving on to the next. It's about developing an understanding of food, a sense of assurance in the kitchen.
About the simple desire to make yourself something to eat.
2 mugs, a tumbler, a kettle, a microwave. 7 pens. What on earth could you cook with all those pens? 1 bowl, 1 plate, 2 forks, 3 spoons, 1 knife. Only 1 blunt knife. What's a home without serving spoons for entertaining? What's a home without plates for your friends? What's a home without the simple desire for eating, for cooking, for life? Someone show this girl how to eat.
There is a reason why this book is called How to Eat rather than How to Cook.
It's a simple one.
Although it's possible to love eating without being able to cook, I don't believe you can ever really cook unless
You love eating. 4 drawers, a uninhabited, a sad, neglected hob, an ice pack. What kind of cocktail were you hoping to make with that? A life measured in sachets, from huge bags of space food to crackers and soup, plus one growing moldy ready meal. What's a home without a whisk or a saucepan? What's a home with no colander or wok? What's a home without a love for how taste and smell can make you feel? As much as possible, I have wanted to make you feel
that I'm there with you in the kitchen as you cook.
Time to teach this girl
As
how
much
to
as
eat.
possible.
I have wanted to make you feel that I am there with you in the kitchen as you cook. As much as possible, I have wanted to make you feel that I am there with you in the kitchen as you cook. The book that follows is the conversation we might be having. Are you in a hurry?
No, it's Saturday.
So you have your coffee delivered because...
I always have my coffee delivered. Otherwise I have to shower, get dressed, put my makeup on without coffee in order to get coffee.
Do you not wish to make your own coffee?
I don't make anything before I've had my first coffee.
Even on a Saturday?
Especially on a Saturday.
Well, that seems a bit ridiculous to me. You miss out on the sleepwalking oneself into filling one's home with the smells, the sounds, and the satisfaction of making oneself an absolutely glorious cup of coffee.
I already have my coffee.
Who said this was for you? Now we have our coffee. What is on your schedule?
Usually I go shopping, go for a coffee, go for dinner, go out.
And what is on the schedule today?
I guess I better get showered, dressed, makeup on, and make plans with people.
May I make an observation? It doesn't seem like you're about to have one of your hustle and bustle Saturdays.
I'm fine. I'm tired, but that has nothing to do with, you know.
May I make another observation?
No one needs permission to observe what they're obviously already observing.
It's raining.
Right.
Do you know what I love to do when it's raining?
Badminton.
Cooking!
Can't you think of anything other than food?
Not if I can help it. Sharpness of lemon. Tagliatelle. Delicate and meaty. With gooey, unctuous, liquid velvet, crisp, crunchy bacon.
Whatever.
On oily, soft salmon. Mushy peas smoother than the lightest chocolate mousse.
I'm not hungry.
Aromatic, unstructured grazes and stews. Greed, to whom I'm no stranger.
I don't do ingredients in this kitchen.
Greed,
And I'm not
to
going
whom
shopping.
I am practically family. So I'll grant every taste, satisfy each craving, excoriate till I found desires beyond what one could ever need. I am greedy for red riddled beef.
Stop opening cupboards.
Tiger striped both sides.
There's nothing in that.
Diagonally sliced.
I swear that was empty.
Courageously, bloodily underdone. Steal a cheeky morsel.
Get out of my vodka freezer.
Succulent deliciousness.
Close the fridge door.
Buttery golden sauce. Mingled with ruby red juices. Freshly heated ramekins. Encasing chocolate goo.
What are you looking at?
Greed. My favorite pastime.
Where did all of this food come from?
Greed, my absolute awe-inspiring passion. So I'll grant every tasty, satisfy each craving.
Don't you dare.
Excoriate till I found
Making a huge mess.
desires beyond what one could ever need.
That bowl is decorative.
I am greedy for.
Dad, why do you keep calling me if you're trying to tell me about Mum I already know? Sit shiver. What's it? Dad, I'm not Jewish. No, you're Jewish and I'm just your illegitimate daughter. Do I sound like I'm grieving? I hated being around her almost as much as you hate being around me. I have to go. Thought I borrowed this book. I was 8. I hit my little sister, half-sister, so as punishment, I had to spend a few days with Mum and I was going to read the book super carefully so that when I came home I cooked my dad an amazing meal and he'd forgive me. But I never went home, I never cooked. And as it turns out, I'm a thief.
Have you considered taking 2 free-range Burford brown eggs with their bright orange warm sunshine centres?
Did you lay those eggs yourself?
I have found many soothing properties in the manifesting of mayonnaise.
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 Mayonnaise is mayonnaise. People can't make mayonnaise. It's made in a factory.
My mother used to make mayonnaise weekly, twice weekly. We children.
A
would
great
help.
story. But unlike you, I wasn't born into the Von Trapp family of continent makers. I can't make mayonnaise. In fact, I literally can't make anything.
You'll find it's a relaxing task and surprisingly easy. Quite possibly the first thing I ever made in a kitchen, though my earliest cooking experiences are too plentiful to be properly remembered. My mother believed in child labor. Tiny feet on adult chairs, tiny hands round wooden spoons. It's how children learn not to be idle. Maybe they learn how to cook. That's definitely how they learn to play with fire.
My mother believed in child labor. Tiny feet on adult chairs, tiny hands searching through the shelves. It's how children learn not to be reliant. Maybe they learn to fend for themselves. That's definitely how they learn to be alone. Everything I know about food, I learned from my mother.
Flowers aren't for the table, I learned that from her.
Everything I know about selfishness, I learned from my mother.
Table manners and etiquette, I learned that
And
from
my
her.
overused suitcase,
And how
underused uniforms,
to
and the child that ran out of reach.
desires you're truly craving.
I promise you,
As I promise myself, I am nothing like my mother, nothing like her sternness,
nothing like her vanity,
nothing like her need to be thin,
nothing like her need to be loved,
nothing like her stupid rules I never want to keep. I'll never care about the problems that made her silent or angry or weak. My mother believed in reaching for her
freedom
youthful
was my
figure.
heinous
Tiny mouthfuls, hint of
theft.
taste, tiny measurements of her slender
Paint her
waist.
face in the mirror, anxious and bereft.
That's how children learn to know their place and despise the person who shares their face. No questioning her value.
questions. Keep your life like hers so she can prove her case.
I do not live by restriction. I am not my mother.
Unlike her, I'm stable. I can fend for myself, I'm stable.
I will not pass on a single meal. I am not my mother.
Unlike her, I don't need anyone. Just like her, I don't have
I
anyone.
am most grateful
What she
through her example
who
to know what I'll never become. So I promise you, as I promise myself, I am nothing.
I will be
Nothing like my mother. Is that a bag of shopping I see before me?
Actually,
Are we making Chambéry trout, choucroute garnet, cod wrapped in ham with sage and onion lentils, followed by hazelnut cake with red currant and peach salad?
don't get too excited, it's just salad. Yeah, a normal salad. I'm trying to be healthy.
There is nothing healthy about depressing food. But if your soul is in need of juicy greens of such terrestrial variety, then this calls for my great Aunt Myra's pea, mint and avocado salad.
I'm not going shopping again.
First make the dressing. Put the oil and the vinegar
Did you just pull those out of your dress?
and a pinch of sugar into a large bowl.
Where did that come from?
And then put in a decent handful of chopped mint.
Whoa, you're going way too fast.
Then stop asking such inconsequential questions and keep up. Into the bowl, drop in 9 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil.
some oil,
And 1.5 tablespoons of good white wine vinegar.
some vinegar,
And a fat pinch of caster sugar.
some sugar.
And then put in a decent handful of chopped mint. Chopped! You need to chop it first. My favourite method is to use a mezzaluna, a half moon.
That looks arcane.
The arcane have some wonderful inventions.
This is cool.
Stir well so that all is amalgamated. Lovely. Now take 1.5 kilograms of peas in their pods and depod them, or take 500 grams of frozen peas.
A bag of frozen peas.
Cook the podded peas for a short amount of time in salted boiling water,
A pot of salted boiling water.
just so that they're ready but not soft.
Ready but not soft. How soft or not soft are they meant to be?
It's up to you.
How am I meant to know when they're ready?
That's up to you. Do you like your peas with a hard al dente nature in the middle? Or to what extent do you like them soft?
Why or how on earth am I meant to have an opinion on how hard or soft I like my peas?
By tasting them. Go on. Taste one.
Oh, it's like a stone in the middle.
And now we know that you don't like frozen peas from the freezer.
You knew I wasn't going to like that.
Did I? I'm a cookery book author, veteran journalist, TV personality, and a national treasure. I am not a mind or tongue reader. The whole point of cooking is learning what you like and exactly how you like it. It's an exercise in architecting your entire life, one frozen pea at a time.
Who knew peas were so existential?
The frozen pea is an extremely versatile and underrated resource in the kitchen. Give it another try.
Do I have to?
Absolutely.
It's so different.
Just how you like it?
Yes.
Great. Then pour the peas into a colander.
A colander.
And then straight away into the bowl of dressing.
bowl of dressing.
And let steep for an hour or up to a day.
Hey, I thought we were having salad now.
Patience. though that is not a virtue I'm particularly fond of. Here's one I made earlier.
Then why did you just make me do all of that if you had one you made earlier?
So we could have more tomorrow. Now, stir in this packetful of mixed salad.
Mix salad leaves.
Separate 2 chicory heads into their leaves and then throw those in too. Whilst I cut these 3 ripe avocados into bite-sized chunky slices to join in the melee. Now toss it all together and taste.
It tastes so good.
You may need to drizzle in a bit more oil after tossing.
And it tastes healthy.
Serve this on a big plate.
I am now a person who can make a salad.
Sprinkle with some more chopped mint.
Anchovies.
That wouldn't exactly be to my taste.
This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
You're making food.
And a mess I'll have to clean up later.
You're eating food that you made yourself. You can feed yourself. And feed yourself well with.
Now I'm gonna make something else.
How about roast?
Bread.
Then this calls for an old-fashioned white bread. Really good white bread. The sort you eat with unsalted butter and jam. 1 loaf in a sitting, no trouble. Waitrose Canadian bread-making flour. Real yeast from a baker, no need to froth or
Let
blend.
me buy 10 grams of fat.
Lard is my favourite.
10 grams of salt.
Golden sea salt.
5 grams of sugar.
Pour over.
170 milliliters of tepid water.
Your hands are spiders to claw at the floury mess. Have with unsalted butter and jam.
Fresh bread.
Loaf in a sitting, don't try.
Now I am a person who can
Knead
knead
and prove. You have fresh bread.
my hands, my head, and raw material.
The best you can get your hands on.
Magic.
And it's magic occurring in front of your eyes and tongue. Delicious and
I
warming.
make food, I can feed myself.
Hearty and
I
baked
can
and sweet.
feed myself.
Feed yourself and feed myself well.
I get vegetables and meat and spices, and I do what you tell me. And honestly, I always assume you're wrong.
That's charming.
Oh, there's no way I can actually make something worth my while. But then I pull up the lid or open the oven or sprinkle with parsley. And the smells, the consistencies, and the taste, it tastes like Greek lamb stew, onion mush, Kafkaesque or soft and crispy duck, linguine with clams, pea souffle, red cabbage cooked in the Viennese fashion, lacquered quail,
Whisk, a wok, a colander.
pheasant with gin and its
Smoked paprika.
mariniere,
Freezer stuffed with odds and ends.
Etsy bar,
À la Francais. I use my hands, I use my head. It's
Magic.
magical, blissful green. Definitely best friends with.
I'm making
Green, certainly my soul's true calling. Swallow out every taste, satisfied each craving, excoriating I found. Desires beyond my what could ever need.
I can feed myself.
I am greedy for. It's about time you had a dinner party.
No way.
Why not?
People. Here.
But you don't have to be perfect. hide anything. I've had friends come round to dinner and I've answered the door in my dressing gown.
And then they threw a parade.
You need to bring people in. You can. This is something you can do.
Now, I can cook all the fancy food, but deep down inside, I'm my mother's daughter.
Your parents are recipes, but you are developing your own tastes. You're going beyond recipes. You're deciding how you eat and what you eat.
So I can just focus on cooking and ignore everything else in my life and I'll be fine.
Not everything is about food.
Oh, but you're Nigella fucking Lawson, teaching me how to paddle over my way through life one creme brulee at a time. I don't want to develop my tastes or learn what I want because I can never have what I want. I can't go back in time. I can't be born to different people. I can't change who my mum was. If I follow my wants to their logical conclusion, it just gets sad. Go on then. What delectable midnight snack is going to fix this problem? Haven't you got a sandwich or an arancini that will make it all better?
The smell of soup can bring back a memory, but it can't raise the dead. A béarnaise sauce can feel like childhood, but it can't turn back time. No matter the ripeness of a tomato, it won't save you from despair. All food can do is feed you. The sharpness of a lemon can soothe and refresh, but it can't re-diagnose the dying. An affogato can wake you up, but it can't stop you from falling in love. No matter the tenderness of a lamb chop, it won't save you from your grieving. All food can do is feed you, so you can sleep another night and wake up another day. Put clothes onto your body and walk upon the ground, so you can mark the endless time required for a broken heart to barely heal. Drink to drink, snack to snack, meal to sanctifying meal. A wholesome roast chicken can't give you a home, but it can help you feel a bit safer. Mayonnaise can't give you life, but it can bring life to a soulless sandwich. No matter the simplicity of tomato soup, it won't make anything more simple. All food can do
borrowed it a long time ago. It has your mother's chicken spaghetti thing you used to make. Yeah, I saw that you circled it. Dad, I'm actually cooking it tonight. I'm going to have way too much for just me. Do you want to come round? You would? You don't have to, I mean. Okay. Great. My address is...
Oh, what a perfectly formed glory! Now tear all the meat off the bone using nothing but your bare hands, barbarically, like an animal. Or you could use a knife and fork.
It smells so
Good. How to know what you fancy, how to make what you fancy, how to follow the impulses of one's tongue to comfort and soothe. Life is filled with complications. Let me offer you something warm and simple and delightful and good.
one book of guidance
And gleeful inspiration,
and recipes.
a friendly hand leading you to the stove.
Lead me to the stove.
Taste some real mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise and bechamel
Cassoulet from the queen of the frozen pea. Then you'll have a home filled with stains of exploration.
No, a home filled with bubbling and smells.
Build a home with newfound tools to hold, to comfort and thrive. I have taught this
My
girl
hands and my
how
heart,
to
it's magic occurring in front of me.
I
make
will
it
teach you how to. Anna, let him in before the food goes cold.
Hi. Yes. Come on up. Is this mixed enough, Nigella? Nigella? Nigella?